Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you enjoyed the last few videos. So I have started my makeup collection series with my highlighters last time, and per someone in the comments request, I will actually be doing bronzers and blush today. So I will also put in my face palettes just because I don't have too many of them, and usually they incorporate a blush and a bronzer, occasionally a highlight. So the highlights that were not in the last highlight collection is because they are in face palettes today. So if you are interested in seeing what kind of blushes and bronzers I have in my makeup collection, stay tuned. Hey everyone, I am back with a different angle. This is my vanity, so hi. Here's me. How y'all doing? But anyway, so we are going to be doing blushes and bronzers today, as I said before in the intro, so also some face palettes thrown in there. So hopefully you came for that. So, oh, and I also did my nails this time, so hopefully it will be better than you staring at my god-awful nails from the last time. If anyone's interested, they are rose gold. They're so pretty. It's actually this Essie nail polish, if anyone asks. Oh, and I had a fight with my dog's crate earlier today, so sorry about that, but that might be in the video as well. So anyway, I am going to start out with my single blushes and single bronzers. So I'm gonna start with these little children right here. These I got in a set, and they are the cutest little babies. These are from Benefit Cosmetics, so it's the Hoola Bronzer in Light, the Dandelion Blush, Dandelion Twinkle, which is kind of a blushy highlight-ish thing, Hoola Bronzer, everyone knows, and the Dream Rush blush as well. So these are really cute. I'll open them up for y'all just so you can see. All right, here we go. As you can see, I've used Hoola Light a lot. I actually really love this one. Since I'm really fair, this is a great bronzer for the winter because, you know, using any other bronzer might make me look absolutely insane. But also I've used this as a contour before and I really enjoy it. So it's just still, you have to build it up more to be a contour, but I still really love it. But as a very fair bronzer, it really does the trick. You also get a decent amount of product in these little babies, so I really do enjoy that. I actually, if you can see, hit pan on this blush right here, very little bit. It has a little bit of glitter in it, but it doesn't really show on the skin as glitter. It's just a little bit of luminosity. So I really enjoy this very light pink blush. And then this is the Twinkle highlight. I do not use this very often. It's almost brand new. I just found that it was very subtle. Not my favorite. I didn't include it in the highlight because honestly I kind of forgot about it, so sorry about that. And it belongs with this set anyway, so yeah, it's okay. Not my fave, but it came in the set, so I have it anyway. Hoola Bronzer, very nice bronzer. This is pristine because I barely have used this one. That's because I actually had a different one of these little babies that one of my friends got it in Ipsy and she gave to me, and I hit pan on it real bad. So I was happy another one came in this little baby set, but I actually do use the fair one a little bit more, but I really do enjoy it. I actually do have a full size of this, but I'm happy to have the spare. So moving on, I also have the Dream Rush blush. This one also is very lightly used. I think I've used it only once, maybe twice to be generous, but I think I've only used it about once. But it's a pretty color. It's just a little bit peachier than the other one. So the color's not as reached for in my collection as the light pink one, as you can tell by the hitting pan on this one, which rarely ever happens with me in blushes. But the fact that they're really baby sizes, I love. Because blush is one of those things that I use every single day, but I like to switch up a lot. So the fact that I actually hit pan on that, pretty impressive. Alrighty, moving on. This is the Milani Rose Blush, Romantic Rose Powder Blush. It is gorgeous. These are very buildable. They are not highly pigmented right off the bat, which I actually really do enjoy. They go on very naturally. They don't patch up at all. And for the drugstore option, this is really wonderful. Also, the impression of the rose in this is so beautiful. I mean, I just love reaching for it just because it makes me happy. But this mauve tone is one of my favorite shades of blush, so I am very happy to have this in my collection. These I'll be a little bit quicker on because I actually have featured these in my Get Ready With Me video, the introduction to my channel. This is the Bare Minerals Bounce and Blur Blush in Pink Sky. Definitely one of my all-time favorites. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. And also my Charlotte Tilbury Cheek to Chic blush in Pillow Talk. Just to remind you what it looks like, here she is. She has been used up. I have not hit pan on it yet, but I actually believe I will. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous blush. This baby I have had in my collection for a very long time. This is the MAC Sheer Tone blush in Gingerly. It is very worn because this is one of the oldest products in my makeup collection. I believe I had this in high school and I still use it today and it still works beautifully. The color is a little bit different than what I reach for. So this color is definitely on the mauvier side, but it is a little bit more red than I usually go for. I go for the more pinky mauves. This one's kind of a brownish reddish mauve, if that even exists. But it's a little darker than I'd go for nowadays, but I do actually still reach for it quite a bit, but I've made a dent in this. Have not hit pan on it, but I may in the future hit pan on it, but I highly doubt it just because I, again, don't reach for it as much as I used to. Now, this is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush in Idol. This shade, I got this in an Ipsy, I believe. This shade is very much a blush topper. It could almost be a highlight on most skin tones. The lasting power for this particular shade, I don't see. A lot of people rave about the lasting power of the Amazonian 12-Hour Clay blushes. But maybe I'll need to try a different shade because it's pretty on the skin. It's just not my favorite. But I keep it in my collection just because sometimes I really want a luminous blush and it's nice to just add that on top. Now this is the Lancome Monochromatique in Haute Couture. Hopefully I said that correctly. I got this in an influencer Voxbox. I was part of the campaign for Lancome. They sent over this blush, the youth generating serum for your eyes, and what other thing? Oh, the Monsieur Big mascara. And I used up the mascara. It was a full size. It was wonderful. That lasted me a while. But this one I have barely touched. I like it. So it's safe for eyes and cheeks and lips, which is really nice. It's very versatile, but this shade is just too dark for me. And being a luminous kind of finish to it, I just would not wear such a dark blush in a luminous blush. Or actually, I wouldn't wear a dark blush really at all. So it doesn't really get touched. Obviously, you can see the rose imprint still there. But it is still really beautiful, and I'm really thankful to have gotten it in my Voxbox. So I keep it around mostly for that reason. But, I mean, she's beautiful. She's pretty. I'm sorry, I was swatching some highlighter on the back of my hand. At ColourPop, look at you. You did that. Anyway, moving on. I keep getting distracted. I'm going to try to make this video a little bit faster because I know my videos can tend to get really long. So hopefully that won't happen. But I have 1, 2, 3 NARS blushes. Now 2 of them are single blushes and 1 of them is a blush and highlight duo. This one, yep, this is the duo. So this is in Orgasm and Hot Sand. I really actually love this highlighter. It's beautiful on the skin, more on the natural side, not too blingy, but you can definitely build it up to be as blingy as you'd like. This Orgasm blush is really nice. Definitely more of a luminous blush and definitely on the pinkier side. Also has a hint of orange in there, which is kind of unique in my collection, but I got actually really good use out of that. And then I also have these two, which I got from TJ Maxx or Marshalls. I can't remember which. But this one's more on the peachy side. Oops. I'm going to have to get these out because it won't focus on them. There we go. Okay. So this one is in Super Orgasm. What a name. I forgot about that. And this one is in Angelica. So they're both, they both have glitter in them, but the glitter doesn't really transfer to the face. So it's kind of luminous, but not too luminous. But Super Orgasm is this one, and it has some gold glitter flecks in there, but it's that more peachy shade, just like Orgasm is, just obviously with glitter in it. I think that's what makes it a Super Orgasm, I guess. And then this one has the goldish silver glitter flakes in there, and it's definitely more on the bright pinky side. This one's definitely a bold blush. I do use it, but I actually use this one most, as you can probably see from the little bumps and indents in there. But I actually really do enjoy NARS's blush formula, and I'm really grateful to have these in my collection and also to have gotten them at a discount. I believe I got these for like maybe $12.99 and $8.99 for the other. So they were definitely discounted from original price. I actually don't know what the original price of a NARS blush is, but I'm pretty sure it's like $30-something. Okay. So, is this my last single blush? Might be. So this baby I got in a BoxyCharm. This is an Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blush. Yes, I got that name correct. Okay, this is in Dim Infusion. And here she is. She has kind of gold and pink in there, and when you swirl them together, it's a very, very, very light pink. Since I am so fair, I can wear this, and it's definitely more on the peachier pink side. So I'm not really a huge fan of the peachy blushes, but it is pretty unique to my collection, so I do keep it around. I love the Hourglass powders, so I was really grateful to get this in a BoxyCharm. I was really happy to see that. I hope more Hourglass products come up soon, but I don't use this particular shade too often, so that is the only thing about it. I wish I got a different shade, but otherwise I really do like the formula, so glad to have it. Wish I've used it more, but it happens. All right, let's see. I think now I'm getting into the face palettes with the blushes and contours in them. And yeah, as you can tell, I don't have that many bronzers. So the Benefit bronzer is one of them that I use a whole lot. And I'll show you the others that I use a lot more. The other bronzers that I tend to use. I know this focused more on blushes so far, but most of my singles are blushes. So my contours I usually get in a palette, which I'm not mad about. I'm not mad at all. So this is the Kevyn Aucoin. I am not going to spend too much time on this because I believe I showed it in my Get Ready With Me. Yeah, I think I did. So this is the Kevyn Aucoin Contour Duo in Sculpting Powder in Medium and the Celestial Powder in Candlelight. And very dirty. Very dirty, very used. But I love them. Definitely use these a lot. Never getting rid of it. And if I find another one at TJ Maxx, I will. Because I got this for $5. Best $5 I ever spent at TJ Maxx, to be honest. But super blendable. Love that bronzer. It's a sculpting powder, so it's more of a contour, but I use it as a bronzer and a sculpting powder, as seen in my Get Ready With Me video. So next is a blush duo from Jouer, and the shades are Marigold and Rose Petal. And I actually really enjoy this formula. I don't have too much from Jouer, but as you can see, I have used this shade to death. I have not hit pan yet, and I do not know how I have not hit pan, but I can definitely see myself hitting pan very soon. This one is definitely on the mauvier side, but it's a little darker for my skin, so it's way less used than the other one. But this shade right here, I'm gonna use up. I'm determined. I'm gonna do it. but it's a drier blush formula. So I did notice that as I used it over and over and over again, occasionally little bits would kind of flake off, if you see that. As I put my brush in there, some of the pieces actually kind of broke off, so you can see a little bit of a flat area that kind of chipped away. So do be warned, it is on a little bit of a drier formula, but it's still beautiful on the skin, very little patching, and the shade works really beautifully for me. Keeping with the blush palette, I'm going to show this one next because it's giant and I want to get this off my vanity because it's taking up too much room. This is the Beauty Bakery Cotton Candy Champagne Blush Lighter Palette. This is one of the... I got this purely for the packaging, and I'm not going to lie about that. This little floofy things, oh my god, the cotton candy look-alike and the champagne glasses, this is my aesthetic. Like, Beauty Bakery, you have my aesthetic. I love it. I love champagne, love cotton candy, just, oh, this gold, oops, they will fall off, so be careful. But I love this blush pink, it's so cute, and then the pattern, and I actually kept the box for it just because it was so cute, I couldn't get rid of it. But here is the actual palette itself, and here are the shades, and as you can see, I do not use these as often as I really would like. They're just really deep for me, and they're all luminous blushes, and they are very luminous, like real luminous, not a hint. I mean, and they are pigmented as crap, like beautiful but pigmented. So a lot of them are a little bit deep for me, but I do keep it in my collection because, wow, this packaging is stunning. I do really like the formula. I just wish they were a little lighter in shade. But yeah, I enjoy these. So this is beautiful, but I don't use it too much. But I am so glad to have it because the packaging is just so cute. I know you shouldn't have makeup just because of the packaging, but I kind of had to. Like, wow. Alright, next up is a product that I got in a BoxyLuxe, and I have actually gotten a surprising amount of use out of this product. I'm debating on repurchasing just because of this princess cut shade right here. I have hit pan on it. Awesome. It's very rare that I hit pan on products, so when I do, I'm very proud of myself. And this is a very mid-toned, neutral bronzer, and it just works really beautifully with my skin tone, and I love it. This one's a little on the warmer side, so I actually do occasionally dip into this one, especially in the summertime. But both of these work so well on my skin, and the other shades I don't really use at all. Like, this is a luminous bronzer, and I just haven't been able to get into the luminous bronzer. But I will try it eventually. Maybe I'll like it. But these two shades are beautiful. The Enhance is kind of more of a banana powder, and this one is more of a brightening shade, and I love both of them. I am very happy to have this bronzer palette in my collection. It works beautifully, so that is that, and the packaging is just, wow. Park Avenue Princess, oh, so cute. I love this feel to it. Love it, and it's really heavy. I kind of like that. Makes you feel a little more luxe. So, keeping with the BoxyCharm theme, this is the Alamar Cosmetics Colorette Blush Trio in Fairlight. Why'd that take me so long? So, Castaway, Pariso, and Scorcher. I could be mispronouncing those, but these shades are beautiful. Pariso? Yeah. Again, I'm sorry if I'm butchering the language, but the middle shade right here is the one that I get the most use out of. Again, the peachier, like, these are more orange, not necessarily peachy, but bright orange blushes. I'm not a huge fan of those shades. This one I can use if I mix it in with the middle shade, but I don't normally do that because it's a little too bright. But this middle shade I actually do really love, and the formula is really nice on these. I actually really want to try the Alamar Cosmetics, I think it's a bronzer trio. It's either a bronzer or just like a contour kind of trio. But I actually really do love this formula, and yeah, I'm interested to try more Alamar Cosmetics products because the packaging is beautiful, and I actually do really love the quality. So yeah, I'm very happy to have this. This one I got, let's see, This is very new to me, so I haven't really had a chance to really get a full grasp of how I feel about it. I got this from the BoxyCharms shop when they were having a sale, so I got this heavily discounted. This is the Wander Beauty Blush and Bronzer Duo in Bellini and Costa Ray, and I do enjoy this bronzer. It is very fair and does work with my skin tone really nicely, but it's actually surprisingly fair. Like, I'm very pale and this barely shows up. It gives a little bit, but it's a little bit on the warmer side. And I usually prefer something on the neutral to cool side, but it works. It's kind of similar to the Benefit Cosmetics Hoola Light Bronzer, so I do get some use out of it, but I haven't been reaching for it multiple times. The Bellini is, I don't know, this is not my favorite formula. The color is gorgeous, but again, it kind of reminds me of the Benefit Dandelion blush, which I actually use a lot. So this one just doesn't get as much use because it's not my favorite formula ever, but especially since I got it for a discount, I'm not so sad about it, but I could be decluttering this in the future, but haven't fully decided on it yet. But cute, you know, whatever, it's okay. Now I'm going to keep it going with the BoxyCharm theme because I actually do have a couple more products that I got in a BoxyCharm. This is the Natasha Denona Bloom Blush and Glow Palette. I believe I got this in a BoxyCharm Premium box. I only use these bottom two shades, so Glow Extreme and something Glow, Duo Glow. Cool, okay. I only use it for the shimmer shades on the bottom. This one's more of a blush topper, the Duo Glow shade, and then the one next to it, the Glow Extreme, is more of a highlight. The highlight is a little bit dark for me, but it can definitely work for my skin tone. I just have to work with it a little bit. But this, as a blush topper, is beautiful. And if I want a pinky highlight, it also works for that as well. The top two are cream shades. And I like that it has this little flap here that keeps the cream separate from the powder products, so it doesn't get in and get all messy. But I don't get as much use out of it as I would like, but I really do love Natasha Denona, and I love the packaging, and I do get some use out of it, so it's not a total loss, but it's not my favorite Natasha Denona product. The eyeshadow palettes are the bomb. This one is good, but I wouldn't pay full price for it, so I'm really glad I got it in the premium box. This product I have repurchased so many times. The Cover FX face palette. This is the Perfector face palette, and it's the light to medium one. I have 3 of them. I have 3 of them. I go through these so fast, okay? Like, I use them every day. So these 2 are the older ones. I got one of them in the BoxyCharm. I believe it was this one, because of the most pan ever on a product that I've probably ever hit. There's one that I hit that's closer. It was a face powder, but the contour shade and the finishing powder shades in these have taken a major beating. I mean, look at how much I've used this, look how much pan is there, and that is why I have repurchased it again. So one of my friends who had BoxyCharm and didn't really want this gave this one to me as my backup, and then when I finally hit pan on these 2 shades again, I actually repurchased one backup because I cannot imagine my makeup without this product. I mean, since then, I have found a bronzer or sculpting powder that I actually really do love, but the finishing powder in here is so good. And even so, I still dip into this bronzer, well, contour shade. It's just perfect for my skin tone. It's nice and cool tone. And the finishing powder has a little bit of luminosity. It reminds me very much of the Hourglass face powder, which I actually did hit pan on. I like the Hourglass face powder much better than this one, but this one is also a great option. But the palette is actually a little bit up there. I think it's either $45 or $50, so not cheap by any means, but I was introduced to it by BoxyCharm, and I could not be more grateful. This product has not left my collection, and this is one of the very few products that I actually have repurchased. So there's that. That shows how much I absolutely love this product. So moving on, this product, I wish I loved it more. I really do, because it's expensive. I got this on a discounted price, so I'm not that sad about it, but I definitely would never recommend getting this full price. So this is the Tom Ford Blush and Highlighter in, let's see what the shade is. It's a Sheer Cheek Duo in Paradise Lust. So I like this product. I mean, the packaging is stunning. Tom Ford on the side, all white, no fingerprints, love that. And here is the inside. So you get the blush that's a little bit on the peachier side, but it's not too bad. It's a matte blush, and then a highlighter. This highlighter, it's just sad because the highlighter's just okay. And I mean, it doesn't really have that much shine to it anyway. And the blush is just okay. I like the blush more than the highlighter, surprisingly. The highlight is very natural looking on the skin. And the blush actually does give you a beautiful little rosy glow. But only using one out of the two products in here for the price tag of this product is just crazy. I mean, I would never, ever suggest going out to buy this full price. But if you do get it at a discount like I did, depends on how much of a discount, honestly. But I do enjoy having it in my collection, and it especially serves as a reminder that Tom Ford is way out of my price range, and I don't know if it would be worth getting a product. There are just so many great makeup products out there, and I don't know if it's worth it to splurge like this. I really don't. I like it, I don't love it. That's the gist. So there is that. Now this product, this is the Marc Jacobs Hi-Fi Filter Instamark. It's like a contour duo. Now I have used this thing to death. I mean, this is one of the bronzers that I've hit pan on the brightener shade. It's like a brightener shade, but also I use it to blend out my contour since this one is a little bit deeper in tone. But I love this. I love the formula of their powder products, and I'm very happy to have it in my collection. I don't reach for it as much anymore just because I do have other products now that I reach more for, but I actually got this at TJ Maxx for a very discounted price. So I am happy that I have it, and I do reach into it a lot, as you can see by the indentations and obviously hitting pan on this shade. But I definitely would recommend this if you come across it. I believe it's discontinued, so you might just need to find it at TJ Maxx, but if you do see it, I definitely recommend. Marc Jacobs is one of my favorite beauty brands out there, just because I love their packaging. Their quality has not disappointed me yet, and I love them. Now, another luxury product that I think is well worth the money is this. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow Palette. Here she is. Here's the sculpting powder and then the highlight powder. I use the highlight powder as I do with the Kevyn Aucoin contour duo. So very similar to the Kevyn Aucoin duo. This is just bigger pans, obviously. And this one is slightly luminous, but it's such a subtle luminosity to it that you really don't notice it. This is the perfect contour shade for me. I mean, it just looks so beautiful on the skin. It blends out so nicely. This highlight is a very natural looking highlight. If you use it as a highlight, I like to use it to brighten up under the eyes and just kind of like a finishing powder, honestly, like a luminous finishing powder. So I'm very happy to have this in my collection. I really do enjoy this a lot. I could actually see myself hitting pan on this. So Charlotte Tilbury did it again. Oh, just gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. This product I got in an Ipsy. This is the Ofra Cosmetics Madison Miller collab. There's a beautiful mauve shade of blush in the center and two highlights. So this is gorgeous. The highlighters are beautiful, but they're just too dark for me. They're just too dark. I can't use them very well. I mean, this one right here, I can blend out and it is beautiful on the skin, but this shade, I just can't. I can't do it. I mean, I could do it as a eyeshadow, but I really wouldn't reach into a blush palette just for that. But this shade of blush is beautiful. It's a little bit on the darker side for me, but it's a nice mauve tone and I actually can pull it off. So I do reach in for that occasionally. But I got this again in an Ipsy and it was a great product to receive, but not one of my most used products. So this product I got in a Boxy Luxe, I believe. This is the Tarte Pro Glow palette, and I actually got some really good use out of this. Not as much as the Park Avenue Princess palette, but so it has a luminous bronzer, a matte bronzer, 2 highlighting shades. This one can also be a blush topper, and then you have 2 blushes in here. And I actually really do love the blush. I've used this one quite a lot. This one, not so much. The highlighters are a little bit deeper and not my favorite formula, but I actually really do enjoy the bronzer in here. The luminous one, not so much, but the regular one I do enjoy. I don't use all the shades, so it's really, I don't know if I would pay full price for it, but I'm really glad I got it in a BoxyCharm. I got it in the Luxe box, so it is the more expensive subscription, but I do enjoy it, so I'm glad I have it. Okay, so this is the last product that I have to show you for today. This is a blush palette, and it is from NARS. So this is the Narcissist palette. It is the Wanted 2 cheek palette. I have learned I really do enjoy NARS's blush formula. These shades, this is what I dip into if I really want a different blush. Like the ones I showed you are very, very much the pinky blush, the very neutral, you know, I don't know, more basic colored blushes, I guess. More basic colored blushes, I guess. This one has 2 highlighters in it. I have not really dipped into the pink one as much because it is on the deeper side for me. This one is gorgeous. It's very similar to Hot Sands, and as you can see, I've used that a lot. I actually really like this one here, this pink shade at the bottom. That one's probably my most used out of the palette, but I do love dipping in here to the red because I don't have any that are these colors, this berry here and this red. So I'm really glad to have it, and I got it at a discount. So of course, for looks or Instagram, if I want a different colored blush, this is what I dip into. And their formula is really great. Long lasting, goes on smooth, and I really like it. So the highlight, I have gotten some good use out of as well. Not my favorite highlight formula ever, but it is still gorgeous on the skin. So I use that when I dip into here because I love dipping into face palettes and I love just using different products. So again, very glad I have it, but not my favorite. I wanted to briefly mention the Hoola bronzer from Benefit Cosmetics. This is the full size. I actually have gotten some really good use out of this one as well. I showed before the little baby size, but this is how much I have used out of the full size. I kind of switch on and off between the two. So yeah, I've gotten some pretty good use out of this one as well. I really do enjoy the Hoola bronzer. I actually really enjoy a lot of Benefit's products. So yeah, I would highly recommend this one. I got the full size on sale at Ulta. So I am happy that I did get it on sale, but if you see it, it usually goes on sale at Ulta at some point, so I would definitely recommend this, especially at the sale price, but maybe even at the full price, because this is actually a really wonderful bronzer. This is the Cover FX Sun-Kissed Bronzer, and I really enjoy this one. I have actually hit pan on this. This is the shade. It's kind of neutral, not too warm, not too cool. It's definitely more of a buildable bronzer, which I very much enjoy. Also, Cover FX is one of those brands that's clean at Sephora, so I actually do feel like it doesn't, you know, it's not the same as other bronzers, but in a good way. I actually really do enjoy this product. The powder is super, super fine and buildable, and the pigmentation is very nice on it. It's not overly pigmented where you put it on your face and it's just like, whoa, whoa. It's one of those that you can just build up to be exactly how you want it, and I really enjoy that. So, as you can see, I have used it a lot, and I plan on finishing up this pan. And who knows, maybe I'll repurchase after that, but I have so many bronzers right now, I don't need to repurchase this just yet. Especially because I use the contour as a bronzer and contour in the Cover FX face palette. So this is more of my warming up my face, you know, actual true bronzer. So this will last me quite a while. This one is from Revolution, Makeup Revolution. This is the Ultra Bronze in shade, well, I guess it's just Ultra Bronze. I guess it's just one shade. I got this from a friend. She didn't want it anymore, so I told her I'd take it off her hands, and I actually have gotten some good use out of it. Not, you know, quite as much use as I would like, because it is a big pan, but I have used it a few times, and it's okay. It's not my favorite bronzer formula ever, but it's definitely a great drugstore option. I mean, I say drugstore, but, you know, cheaper option at Ulta. And yeah, I mean, I would recommend it for the price. And especially I've seen this at TJ Maxx for an even more discounted price. So if you see it there, I would recommend, but definitely not it's not the smoothest formula ever, if that makes sense. I mean, it's not too patchy, but definitely not the smoothest formula. But I would still recommend it because it is a nice, cheaper option. So yeah, definitely try that out if you're looking for something in that price range. All right, and this is the Clinique Chubby in the Nude foundation stick. I actually use this as a contour stick. This is in shade, oh my gosh, did it come off? No, the shade's on the side. I'm just being weird. This is Voluptuous Vanilla. I actually used this a whole lot in the beginning of my makeup journey. I'm not as much of a cream bronzer person anymore, but this got a lot of use. I mean, it's been loved. It's very nice and neutral on my skin, so, and the texture is really smooth. It doesn't really grab or pull, and it blends out really, really nicely with a brush or a beauty blender. So I actually really do enjoy this. I've repurchased this a couple times in the past. I don't know if I'll repurchase it again because I do have much more in my makeup collection now, but this was a tried and true classic for me, especially in high school and into college and in the beginning of my makeup journey. So there's a special place in my heart for this product just because I used it so much. I mean, it was one of my holy grail products, but I'm not sure if I will repurchase it, but I'll keep y'all updated. But it's a really, really great cream option. Again, I don't use cream products on my face. I know they last longer, but I just like the look of the powder products better. I feel like the powder products blend in better, and then you can use a setting spray to just kind of melt it all in. And yeah, so I really enjoy this. Long story short. So if you do see this at the Clinique counter, I would recommend it. I really would. Again, I got years and years out of these products, so yeah, I recommend. Alright, so that is pretty much it for today. That was my blush and bronzer collection video, and I also have included my face palettes in this collection video, so I will be sure to include that. That's pretty much it. So if you enjoyed watching my collection and seeing what I have, also the mini little reviews in there, if you enjoyed that, please smash that like button and hit subscribe. It would mean the world to me if you subscribed. I would love having you here, and I would love a discussion in the comments about what your favorite bronzers are, what your favorite blushes are, and if you've tried the products that I have and what you think about those. So let me know down in the comments what you think, and I hope you have a safe Memorial Day weekend, and I hope you're happy, staying safe out there in this time. Yeah, so have a wonderful day. All right, bye y'all.
Better on my own, sometimes what's right is wrong instead. 'Cause I was too young and I didn't